Hi guys, so today I have for you my America slash June slash halfway through July book haul. So if you guys didn't know, I was in America for 2 weeks. I went to LA and Orlando and I went to VidCon and all of that, and I will be doing a video about my experiences at VidCon in another video, so look out for that soon. But today I'm going to show you my books that I bought overseas. So the day before we even left to go to America, we were having a look around at some shops and I wasn't going to buy anything because, you know, I wanted to save all my money for America. And then I see an op shop and I'm really bored, and so I decided to go inside and just check out their books. And I come across this book and it was for $4 and it's called Thunderdog: The True Story of a Blind Man, His Guide Dog and the Triumph of Trust at Ground Zero. Now, I really love dogs and I really love powerful, moving, real stories about this sort of thing, and it's basically about a master and his dog, and the master is blind, of course, like this person is blind, and the dog helps save him at 9/11, like when the towers collapsed and everything. And I'm really excited to read this because, as I said, this sort of thing I find is really powerful and touching and moving, so I'm assuming this one won't be any different. So then I got to America and I was so excited. It was my first overseas trip and the first thing we did in America was VidCon. Now I will be talking a little bit about VidCon and the stuff that I bought at Disneyland and Disney World and Harry Potter World in another video, so look out for that soon. It'll be coming out in a couple of days. But yes, we did VidCon, and first things first, they had there an apparel library. Didn't say that right because I'm horrible pronouncing the words. But yeah, the Harry Potter Alliance has this thing called a paralleling library, and you go there and you give a book to them, and then you come back a couple of days later and you get a book in return. And so I gave a book to them and everything, and I came back on Saturday and I received this book and I got to pick it, and I chose this book. It's World War Z by Max Brooks. I really want to read this and I'm really excited to read this. And in it sometimes you can write like a little note to the person who left this book. They might have read a little note. In this case it doesn't seem like they have, but you do have who it was donated by and everything, and they've added like a little thing, so if I ever want to then give this book out, I can. And it's like a little library. So I thought that was really cool and I'm really excited to read this book. So the next book I picked up at VidCon was The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet. It is a hardcover, it's fantastic, and I got it mainly at VidCon because I was going to get it anyway, but I got it at VidCon so I could get it signed. So if I find it, there you go, there's some signatures there, and there's another one there. So I thought that was really cool, so now I have it signed by the Lizzie Bennet Diaries cast and crew, and I just thought that was really awesome, and I am excited to read this book. So yeah. So then on the last day at VidCon, I'd been in signing halls all day, and near the signings they had like this little penguin lounge, and I'd been in there a couple of times, but I hadn't been in there a lot because I was stuck in the signing halls and everything. But I heard from a fellow booktuber that apparently you could actually get free books from there. Now I know that they had like books there every day, but I just thought there were books there that you could read while you were in the lounge and then you had to return, and I didn't bother even having a look at them because I hate getting halfway through a book and then not finishing it. So I didn't even bother going there because I thought, what's the point? But apparently they were actually giving out books for free. You could go there and you could take one book each day. And I am so annoyed that I didn't know this because they had so many books, like The Fifth Wave, Half Bad, Eleanor and Park, If I Stay, all those wonderful books, Popular, and I didn't know. So on the last day, the only thing they had left when I had discovered was this book called Scared. That is a hardcover book, so that's cool, but I honestly don't know anything about this book, and the blurb of it sounds really weird. I think it's a sci-fi book. It sounds really weird, but I am pumped to read it and everything. I don't know, I'll see what happens, but it was free and it looks interesting, and if I don't like it, I'm sure I will find someone to give it to that they will like it. So yeah, I got this one. So then I visited Walmart. Now for you Americans and anyone else watching this, you might be like, Walmart, why would you go there? Well, for Australians, I find that it's a big deal to go to Walmart because we don't have anything like that here in Australia. And I was talking to Australians in America and they all said the same thing. I'm so excited to visit Walmart. And so I went to Walmart and it was like an experience, let me tell you. But we got to their book section and they didn't have very many. But the one book that I did find that I was so excited was The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by, who is it? Oh my gosh, Jenny Han, that's who. Oh, I didn't know this. It says free in one Walmart exclusive, so it's an exclusive. Now normally I don't like Omnibuses very much, and I was gonna get like the set for like $30 or anything, but this was $10 for all 3 books in this trilogy. And I thought to myself, I might even like this series, like, and even if I do like it, I'll be happy owning this. This is pretty cool. I can't turn it down. $10. It's all of the books in one. I'll deal with an omnibus. So yeah, I got this and I'm really pumped to read this series. I've just heard fantastic reviews about it. And then we were doing a tour of Hollywood and everything, and we stopped at this place called The Grove, and we got out there and the tour guy said something about a Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, Barnes and Nobles? Where is this Barnes and Nobles? And so he kind of like, he was like, oh, it's out that way, and I'm like, right, let's go. We only had half an hour, and so I was on a mission. So I go there and the Barnes and Nobles is 3 stories high, and it was like my heaven. And the thing is, books in Australia are really expensive here, like in bookshops and everything. That's why I buy most of my books on Book Depository. As much as I would love to support a bookstore, I really can't justify spending that much money when I don't have that much money in the first place. So unfortunately, I do buy most of my books on Book Depository, and there's nothing wrong with that. I really do like it. But I would love to support my local bookstores a bit more too, but just because they're so expensive, I don't have the money to. But Barnes and Nobles, like, it was actually reasonably priced. Like, I was so excited. So the first book I picked up was Paper Towns by John Green. Now I already do own this book in hardcover, and I bring it to VidCon. Well, I had the intention of bringing it to VidCon to get it signed, but when I got to VidCon I realised I had left it at home. So I left it back in Australia, which was no use to me. So I'm like, huh. So I had to go out, and I couldn't find a hardback version of it, but I did find a a paperback version of it, and so I was like, right, I'll buy this. It did get a little bit like bent and everything, but it was only $10, so I was like, you know what, no big deal. And I wanted to get it so I could get it signed by John Green. So you can sign that, and it says DFTBA, and because Paper Towns is my next favourite book after like The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, so I really wanted this one signed. So now I have 2 copies of it, and I'm not going to get rid of my hardback version because it's a hardback and it fits in with my, like, you know, book theme here. So I guess I have 2 copies. You can go with my 2 free, if you count an audiobook, copies of The Fault in Our Stars. You know what, I never used to have double copies, and now it's happening. Oh well, what can I do? So the next 3 books I bought in Barnes & Noble I was super excited about. First, I found Wonder by RJ Palacio for $16, and it's a hardcover. I've heard nothing but amazing like things about it. I'm not sure much what it's about. I only know that it's a middle grade book, but I'm really excited to read this. I kind of want to go into this a little bit blind, but I do know it's a middle grade book, and I've heard nothing but fantastic reviews. And it looks so pretty, and for a hardback for $16, I just couldn't resist. And then I found Panic by Lauren Oliver for $17, hardcover, and as you can see here, signed. I am going to take the sticker off, but I did want to keep it like to show you. And here it is. It's signed, hardcover, Lauren Oliver, if I can even say it right, $17. I'm just super excited to read this book, and I own it now, a signed copy, hardback, and I'm just so excited about it. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so mind my funny like noises that I might make. I can't help it. And then the last book I picked up at Barnes & Nobles for $18, another hardback, another signed copy of a book, was Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Deliria. So here is the signature. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right here down the bottom. But yeah, I've had, again, nothing but fantastic things about this book, and I really wanted to read it, and I'm super pumped to read this because it just looks gorgeous for one thing, and it's got that font that I absolutely love, and I don't know, I'm just super pumped to read it. And then on our last day in America, we came back to LA and we had a 10-hour layover before we flew back to Australia, and I really wanted to go to downtown LA so I could visit the Last Bookstore, as it is on my bucket list. And so we went there and it was just fantastic. So basically, if you don't know, the Last Bookstore sells new and used books for reasonably priced, but it's like a touristy attraction because it's like really artsy feel. They do a lot of things with their books, and it's like a really artsy kind of bookshop. Look up pictures of it online, you will not regret it, but trust me, you will want to visit there once you do. And I was not disappointed. I thought the bookstore was fantastic. I could live in there all day. But the first book I picked up from there is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vicini. It's basically about a boy who has depression and nearly kills himself, and so then he checks himself into a mental hospital. And it's basically about him like getting through the problems that he's going through in life and everything, and it's a really moving, heartwarming story. I did read it, I finished it yesterday. Let me know if you want me to do a review on this, but I just thought this book was fantastic. It was only $10 and I'm super excited that I read it and everything, and there's actually a movie of it, so I'm going to watch that very shortly and see what I think of it. But yeah, I got this one. And then the last book I picked up in America and at the Last Bookstore was Shadow and Bone by Leah Mercado, and it was like $18. It's a hardcover, but I couldn't resist, and yeah, it looks super pretty. I thought I had the Last Bookstore bookmarks in here, but obviously not. But I've heard, again, really good things about it. I think it's I know it's a young adult. I'm not sure if it's a fantasy or dystopian or anything like that. I'm going into this blind, but I am really excited to read it because I have heard, again, nothing but fantastic things about it. So yeah. And then that should be it. They're all the books I bought in America. For me, it's nothing at all. For other people, it might seem like a lot. But I had to stop myself from buying any more books because luggage space and luggage weight were already over. And if I had bought even one more book, I don't think it would have fit. So it's lucky that I stopped there. I had to contain myself and pull myself in and be like, Becca, you cannot possibly fit any more books in your luggage, so stop. And so I did. I self-restrained. And then before we left to go back to my home, in the hometown that I'm originally from, that we stopped in for a couple of days to give my family souvenirs and everything from America, they have this pop-up bookstore at the moment, and I can't remember what it's called, but basically they have books there for less than $10, and some are 2 for $5, and they have a young adult section, and they were having a young adult sale where certain books were 2 for $10, and so I managed to pick up Teardrop by Lauren Kate. I have read Fallen, and I did enjoy it and everything. I'm not really sure what this is about, but I have wanted to read it, and basically I thought the cover was really pretty, so that may have been one of the reasons I bought it. And as I said, it was $5, so I wasn't going to say no. And then the other book I got to get that book for $5 was Just One Day by Gail Forman. I haven't really heard of it. I know it's by the author of If I Stay, which I still haven't read, but I will be buying very, very shortly, because it is being turned into a movie soon, and I do want to read it before then. I think it might be a romance novel. I'm not really sure beyond that, but I have wanted to read it for ages, and I'm really excited to read it, and I do want to read more contemporary. So yeah, I'm really pumped to read this book. And now I have the task of picking these books up. I'm not sure if they're going to be in frame or not. Let's hope so. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy. I am. I'm pretty sure I just broke my finger. So these are all the books I brought in America, excluding 3 of them where I actually got Victoria. Here they are. look at them all. They're fantastic. I really hope you enjoyed this video and like it if you like it. And subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I will see you next time. And I'm not going to wave because these will all drop. Bye!